and the Open Hand Institute in San Antonio, Texas. I hope that everybody's had a great morning so far. We're going to be beginning our progressive therapeutic yoga practice in you'll be able to find it on our Facebook page, YouTube, so you can help support the cause for our Nidya's Yoga Therapy live streaming by becoming a subscriber to my Vimeo.com YouTube page, and that helps us create more content and get more information and practices out into the community. Going to be moving, stretching. You'll see us, see me, mobilize every major joint in your body. It's designed to help with your friends and family. They can actually just watch at first and kind of see what we're up to, and gradually it'll be so nice to actually have them learn how to get down on the floor and get back up. You know, it can be a lifesaver. So anyway, very excited about you guys being here. Oh, look at that. We're going to shoot in a present with us. We got one more minute before we get started. Remember, here from Nidya's Yoga Therapy Studio in San Antonio, Texas. All right, well, let's get this going. Good morning. If you just checked in with us, we're going to get started. My name is Dr. Nidya Darby. I'm the owner and director of Nidya's Yoga Therapy Studio in San Antonio, Texas, and we're sharing this live stream in hopes that you will take an opportunity to move your body. You'll be able to access this on our Facebook page and on our YouTube page and on our Vimeo.com. So make a plan. Be active every day, 5-10 minutes. We're going to be active for the next 75 minutes, so do what you can, take rest when you need to. The only thing that you have to do is breathe. Let's begin at the top of your mat, and with the hands at heart center, I like to begin with the sound of Om. So listen to your breath, mouth closed, breathing through the nose. Settle into the strength of your legs as you are standing. Lift the toes as you breathe. And then relax the toes. Feel the muscular arch engaging. Engage the thighs. Relax the muscles on your face. Firm the thighs, firm the torso. Draw the shoulders back and down. And if you will, bring an idea, a thought, a prayer, an intention, something positive. Bring that into your mind's eye. I like to begin with the sound of Om. You can join me. It'll make great fodder for the neighbors to hear you. Or you can just listen. I chant loudly enough for everyone. Inhale. Samasthiti. Let's begin with our therapeutic modified sun salutation. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend your knees. Sit your bottom back gently and bring your hands to heart. Straighten the knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees. Hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees. Bring your hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees. Bring the hands to your thighs. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees. Bring your hands to the thighs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, you're bending your knees, bringing hands to the thighs as you sit your bottom back. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, bring your hands to the thighs. Hold in this position as we prepare for a variation of cat-cow and standing. Keep those knees bent. Inhale, extend, open the chest and lift your tailbone behind you. Exhale, flex round. Inhale, extend, open the front side body. Exhale, flex round. Inhale, extend, open the front side body. Exhale, flex round. Inhale, extend, open the front side body. Exhale. Onto the mat, wide fingers, wide palms, breathe, push the floor away, and move into your downward facing dog. Push the floor away from you, breathe, let your head rest. The feet are parallel and about hip distance apart. Keep your breath moving. During our practice, if you can, mouth closed, breathing through your nose. This takes paying attention. Focused awareness. Now let's inhale towards the hands. It helps to widen the stance. Makes it easier on your body to get into this position. Hands to thighs. And now inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale. Let's go do that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands down to the mat. Breathe. Strong arms, push the floor away, step back into down dog. We're going to press and lengthen through the spine and let the head drop down. Breathe. Firm the muscles in your arms, hands, wrists. Breathe. Shoulders are actively pressing. You're pushing the floor away and your ribs are moving to the ceiling. And now inhale, let's walk the feet towards the hands again. Exhale, drop the head down. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to the mat. hold. Push the floor away. Step back into the downward dog. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Everything that we do should feel good. We're strengthening and lengthening, developing muscular endurance. Remember that you can come to resting at any time. Let's bend your knees. Come on down. Plantar flex. Point the toes back behind us. And drop back into our child's pose. So our forehead can rest on the crossed forearms. That's a nice place to rest. Remember your buttocks. You don't have to reach your heels. Each of us are very different. We're unique. So some of us will be here. Just find a place where you can breathe. Some of us will be here. And some of us will be able to put our forehead on the mat and bring your arms right alongside your body. Just find the place where you can breathe, where you're able to feel the sensation, some form of stretch, and you're able to rest somewhat. Child's pose is meant to be a resting posture, but for many of us, it's not exactly that. Guess what? Keep breathing, keep doing this. Regularly will change, and it's pretty neat how it happens. We want to be consistent and persistent and aware. Let's get ready. One of the ideas behind helping our nervous system do what it was designed to do is to invigorate it. So right now, wherever you are, come onto your elbows and knees for a moment. And I just want to bring attention to the fact that many of us are doing a lot of social networking on our computers and phones, and our hands get a little bit tight. And so I want us to take a moment. These therapeutic yoga practices that I've designed are designed to help to balance all the major joints in the hands and wrists and forearms, elbows, but they're not always the easiest things to do. You will notice some places get a little uncomfortable. So when we're on our hands and knees, as we're getting ready to do, I'm going to want to encourage each of us to make sure that you widen the thumbs and fingers as wide as they can be, so that we can get muscles working that have not been doing much, because we do a lot of this. And so I want you to create an opportunity to balance out some of the restrictions. And then when we're on our hands and knees, wide thumbs, wide fingers, try to keep the ball of the hand and the heel of the hand weight even. And you have permission to take rest at any time. So here we go. We're going to come up onto our hands and knees. Breathe if you can. Some of us will start over here because the wrists still aren't ready to be shoulder above wrist, but just find that weight bearing as even as you can. Look down to the mat, and while you're here, we're going to draw the shoulders down to your pelvis. Wide thumbs, wide fingers. We're going to weight even between the ball of the hand and the heel. There's a little bend of the elbow, and imagine that you were pushing the floor away from you. The back of your head and your ribs go to ceiling, and let's just hold here for a few breaths with the mouth closed, inhaling and exhaling. Pushing the floor, breathing. Now we can stay right here. You can also view, here comes the progressive part of this class, who know this, you've been doing this with us for a while. Keeping the weight even between the ball of the hand and the heel of the hand, firming the muscles in your arms, gentle bend of the elbow. We're going to curl the toes under of the feet and lift the knees about 1 millimeter off the mat. You can't even tell that I've lifted. We're pressing the back of the head and the ribs to ceiling, and we're holding the position and maintaining the breath, inhaling and exhaling. This helps us. We develop a nice strength and stability through the scapulothoracic junction, the place between your ribs and your shoulder blade. Let's come down. Woo! And let's take a moment to stretch back. And I'm going to stretch back and reach my arms forward and create little fists and circle the fist. Breathe. In both directions, and I might even take my hands and massage the wrists. This is excellent practice. Over the last few weeks, I've been developing more content for our pages, and I'm really emphasizing that we take notice of what the wrists and hands and forearms are doing or not doing, and trying to balance us out. Okay, let's come back on the hands and knees, quadruped, we call that. Four-footed posture, shoulders down to the pelvis, back of the head ribs to ceiling. Firm the muscles in your arms, breathe, and now let's move into cat-cow. Inhale, extend, and exhale, flex round through the spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex round through the spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex round through the spine. Inhale, extend, open the front side body. Exhale, flex round, extend. Now if you're having fun, exhale, flex round. You can, let's come back to neutral. You can keep doing quadruped, our cat-cow, and some of you are going to take rest right now, and others are going to go to what I like to call our confused pet. You ready? Wide fingers and palms, push the floor away, curl the toes under, move into the downward dog, push the floor away, let the head rest, keeping the head and neck somewhat neutral. Inhale, extend, open the chest forward, lift the tailbone, and exhale, flex round. Yeah, inhale, extend. I call this confused pet. Exhale, flex round. It's a cross between downward dog, inhale, extend, and a cat-cow. Exhale, flex round. Two more. Inhale, extend, strong through your arms and legs. Exhale, flex round. One more. Inhale, extend, open the front side body. Exhale, flex round. And let's take a moment to bend the knees and drop down, forehead resting on crossed forearms into our child's pose, or forehead down. And take a moment wherever your arms are to circle the wrists as you breathe. And move the fingers and rotate the forearms. And then once you've done that a little bit, just rest while you inhale and exhale. Notice how the breath is challenged. It's challenged in this position. It's not easy to move the breath through your body, the rib cage, thorax, especially if we have restrictions there. So our practices are all about helping you mobilize things to get moving. When you're ready, inhale and exhale. We're going to come onto your abdomen and drop down, stretching the legs back behind you, and then crossing the forearms and allowing the forehead to rest on the crossed forearms. Draw the shoulders away from your ears as you're breathing. Stretch the legs long and strong and breathe. Our work to help to encourage our nervous system to do what it was designed to do. Here we are dropping into a moment of extension. Now, not everybody tolerates this rapid movement into body extension. And so if you're really, if you're feeling uncomfortable, then some of us will actually use a blanket, maybe just a little bit, place it underneath your abdomen, right about where the crease of the hips, and this can actually help support you. For those who were like, ooh, lying down on my stomach like that really bothers me, and you can play around with the depth. If you do have problems with that, you really should take an opportunity to reach out when possible to visit a physical therapist and I have a lot of friends and peeps all over San Antonio and all over actually the country that we can help you reach out to. Physical therapists are the specialists when it comes to your nervous system, your neuromuscular system, And if you're suffering, you don't have to. You can get in good hands with a physical therapist, so you can look up a therapist at apta.org, also the TPTA or your national and or state programs. So I was talking to you on purpose because we were giving the body time to just drop into extension. Some of us are going to stay right here, just breathing smoothly, feeling how the belly, the ribs, and the chest move as you inhale and exhale. And then a few of you are going to say, well, let me continue. I want to do some more work here. So with the forehead resting on the crossed forearms, pushing the top of the feet into the mat, we're going to begin to firm the thighs while you're breathing. Your knees might come off the mat while you firm the thighs and firm the buttocks. Drawing your shoulders down towards your pelvis, firming the thighs, breathe. Firming the abdominal area, drawing the belly muscles gently up into your torso, breathe, and holding steady. And this can be enough, and some of you will be able to raise. As you push the left foot firmly into the mat, we're going to raise the right thigh very strong and very straight. It doesn't matter how high it comes up, breathe. But can you really manage to keep that strength as you inhale and exhale, the length of your spine and your shoulders relaxed? And now keep breathing. The right thigh comes down. Inhale and exhale, switch, lift the left thigh and hold. Both thighs are firmed, buttocks firmed, and your knees are very straight, and you're resting your forehead, breathing. Inhaling and exhaling, you're looking for any areas of extra tension, sometimes the shoulders. Just let them rest. Do the work, isolate the work into the back of that left thigh and the strength of the thighs, and slowly release that left thigh down as you inhale and exhale. If it honors you, you can repeat that, or I'm going to firm the thighs, squeeze the thighs to midline, firm the abdomen and lift both thighs off of the mat, breathing one. Once again, it doesn't matter how high, breathe two. But can you breathe? 3. Breathe 4. And breathe 5. Slowly release as you inhale and exhale. Let yourself completely drop into relaxation. The basic act of breathing is very encouraging to our nervous system, and in particular the autonomic nervous system, the part of your nervous system that connects your brain to your heart, to your lungs, to your kidneys, to your liver, to all the insides. Autonomic nervous system is automatically helping them function. And when we are able to breathe, it actually massages the part of that nervous system that is encouraging to its vitality. Our practices, moving the body and breathing, are powerful, powerful medicine. I hope that you'll take that medicine every day. Move your body. All right, here we go. Let's continue. You can again take rest, just monitoring your breath. Or if it feels right to you, we're going to move into locust A. You can rest on the mat. The arms will come right next to us. Palms are facing up, the back of the hands on the mat. Breathe. Reaching the fingers towards your feet. Breathe. We begin to squeeze the shoulder blades to the midline behind us, squeezing back behind us and lengthen. Imagine, breathe, that you are being pulled through the top of your head and being pulled through the toes. You firm the thighs, you firm the buttocks, reach the arms, shoulders down towards your hips and squeeze towards the center behind you. And some of us will lift the forehead and torso, breathe. Keep breathing. We might lift a little bit more. The head and neck are aligned. We're looking down, and some of us will say, well, let me Just find the position where you are able to keep the breath so smooth, rhythmic. And then if you're having fun and you want to, you can take rest or place the hands alongside your ribs for locust B. Wide thumbs and fingers push through the mat, pulling yourself forward and lifting and breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. This is how you know that you're working at the right pace. If you can keep breathing smoothly while you're doing the work, then you're nervous to that work. Slowly release. Oh, that was really nice. Rest forehead down. Just bring yourself back into that smooth, rhythmic breathing pattern. Nourishing your systems. Everything that we do should feel good as you inhale and exhale. And let's take an opportunity, if you'll join me, to come up onto our elbows. We're coming up onto our elbows to create a greater moment of extension through your spine. And once again, you have permission to take rest at any time. This should feel good and you should be able to breathe while you're here. And if you can't, guess what? Change the position. Breathe. We draw the shoulders again down to your pelvis. We push. I like to wrap my forearms just to get an idea that their elbows are underneath my shoulders. And I like my forearms to be fairly close to the ribs so that I can position well. We're holding here. I like to lace the fingers and just moving into a moment of extension and opening the chest forward and stretching the thighs and breathing, firming the thighs and holding here. And yeah, it's true. Some of us will feel a little extra discomfort in the lumbar spine when we do this. And here's the test. If you can come up and it's like, ooh, I feel that, but when you come down, it goes away, then that's a good sign. That's good. So that means, Nydia, opinion coming at you, that you should probably repeat that offensive activity, even for just a moment, and then come down and rest a whole lot more. So that is a sign. But if it stays uncomfortable, you got up here and then you get down and it's still uncomfortable. Once again, a plug for my physical therapy peers. Go and see one. So many of the states here in the United States have direct access. Talk to your insurance providers and say, I want to go to a physical therapist. They are the specialists and they'll help you. Breathe. Okay, back on task here. We are at a moment of extension. And now some of you are going to join us in a forearm plank variation. And so here, elbows fairly close, anchor through, back of the head ribs to ceiling. I'm going to push to my pinkies. Curl the toes under of your feet. This prepares us. My thighs are on the mat. Look down towards your thumbs or look between your forearms, pushing the pinkies and elbows into the mat. Breathe. Back of the head and ribs begin to move to the ceiling. Your belly button might come off the mat. Breathe. Keep pressing if it feels good. You can still breathe. Your hips might come off the mat. Breathe. Keep pressing as you're breathing. Hold, and you could stay right here with your knees on the mat, holding steady. Some of you know this posture. Keep breathing so that you'll know that you're doing the right thing. Some of you will straighten the right knee to test it out. Put it back down. Breathe. Testing the left knee. Breathe, and then you're like, oh, that feels pretty good. I think I will straighten both of my knees and keep pressing the back of my head and ribs to ceiling. Inhaling and exhaling. And just noticing, this is a variation of a forearm plank. It's very effective to develop muscular endurance of your core stabilizers. Firm your thighs, firm your buttocks. Press through, inhale and exhale, and now bend your knees. We're going to push our bottoms back, reach forward, stretch the fingers, and move into a variation of child's pose with the arms extended overhead, and breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Stretching back, breathe. And then if it honors your ability to breathe, walk both hands over to the right hand side. Drop your head down and feel the stretch along your side waist. Stretch through the thighs. Keep breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. And now walk the hands back center and go over, walk them over towards the left side and drop down and feel the stretch. Keep breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. And then come back to center. Ah, very nice. Our practices can get you very strong. Persistence and consistency. If you do this work, it'll get you going. Come up onto your hands and knees into quadruped. We're going to transition into the downward dog and then come back into standing. So push the floor away, curl the toes under, breathe as you lift the knees, stretch into the downward dog, breathe, inhale and exhale, bend the knees slightly and just hold there for a moment and notice what you feel with the knees bent, through the lower legs, ankle area. Now walk the feet towards the hands as you inhale, drop the head down, exhale, bring your hands to thighs. When we get ready to come back up, keep your gaze on something that's not moving, on the floor or on the wall. As you're wanting to make sure that you keep your balance. And, sometimes when we've been upside down, it can alter that. So inhale, reach up, and exhale, hands to heart. Fantastic. Let's move into some standing postures. We're going to step the right foot forward, and the left foot is going to go back. Now, I'm going to show you in this direction. The feet are about hip distance apart, and hip distance is looking at the area where the hip bone connects, thigh bone connects. Distance while we then move the left leg back behind us. Feel the weight even between both feet. So as you're standing tall, those of you who have been with us for a long time, you know that we do a lot of foundational work. So our foundation right now is on the feet. And so lift through the muscular arch, bend into that right knee, firm the left thigh, engage the left buttock, breathe. The upright, so trying to be over the pelvis, breathe. Take the arms horizontal at first. Find your breath. Moving them away from your ears just so that they don't get overwhelmed, And then if you choose, you can reach the arms overhead and breathe. 1. Just find the position, breathe 2, that allows you to breathe. Take rest when you need to. Breathe 4. And breathe 5. Inhale and exhale, release, step the left foot towards the right, and now let's switch. The left foot will be forward, the right foot is back. We bend into that left knee, and we straighten. This is warrior 1 on the left, and we straighten the right thigh, we firm the right buttock, and as you bend, the hips are attempting to face forward, bend into that left knee. We lift the muscular arch of both feet. Kind of hard on the back foot. And torso above the pelvis. Breathe, head and neck in neutral. Reach the arms to horizontal, firm the thighs, breathe, and then if it honors your ability to breathe, reach the arms skyward. Breathe 1, 2, 3, 4, and move and turn towards the long edge of your mat. In this position, I want you to notice as you're standing tall, once again, we've got legs wide, and firm the muscles in your feet, lift through the muscular arch, keep the ball of the foot and the heel even, right to left, and ball of the foot and heel even. We're going to firm the thighs and the buttocks and move into Warrior Two on the right side. So turn your side, the left foot tries to stay facing forward. Breathe. We're going to firm the thighs and be strong through the muscular arch and torso above the pelvis. Begin to bend that right knee. And as you bend the right knee, imagine that right knee is, and that thigh is like a door, and we're opening that door, swinging it open. Breathe, so that the knee can be in line with the toes. We're going to reach the left arm back to the back wall, the left wall, and the right arm forward towards the right. And then if it honors your ability to breathe and to stay upright, we're going to move. This is our Warrior Two, turning our head. Breathe, looking over that right hand. Shoulders being reminded to drop down, and energy lengthening, stretching, breathing. And into those arms and stretch. And right here we can take a moment to ask the wrists and hands for action by extending the wrists. Woo, here we go. Those of you who saw this as progressive therapeutic yoga and said, oh, that's such an easy class, I'm not going to do that. Just because it's therapeutic doesn't exactly mean that's easy. We're pulling out all the stops, and now flex the wrists, woo, and curl the fingers in and make circles. The thighs are working. You have permission to take rest at any time, by the way, by straightening that knee or changing position. Now, turn in and out, mobilize through the upper quadrant. And then when you're ready, release, straighten that right knee. Yeah, I thought that'd never end, huh? Truly, listen to your breath. Everything should feel good. Let's turn into our Warrior Two on the left side. Left foot turns outward and you're breathing. We lift through the muscular arch, breathe, and we firm the thighs and the gluteals, and lengthen through the top of the head as we begin to bend into that left knee. Breathe. We're pressing, firming into the muscles in our thighs, and we're pressing into the mat as if we were separating the legs. We reach the right arm back behind us, and then the left arm reaches forward. We look over the middle finger of that left hand. We're pretty much and just find the strength, the length of your body, inhaling and exhaling. And then once again, moving into a moment of extension through the wrist. Draw the shoulders. Those of you who are feeling a sense like, whoa, what the heck is that? That's a little nerve traction. A very important thing to do when we're stretching. We're just making sure, now flex the wrist, that the nerves are able, flex the fingers and the thumb, and then circle around, that the nerves glide along with the muscles. We were designed that way. It's so cool. And now release the hands, straighten that left knee, straighten, good, breathe. Knees and feet face forward, nice. Let's move into our triangle on the right. Right foot turns out, breathe, left foot turns in, and this challenges our balance. Breathe, so do the best you can. Firm through the feet, the muscular arch, firm the thighs. Breathe, and invite the pelvis, pressing towards the right. We turn the torso slightly. Breathe, that right knee is trying to be aligned with that right foot. And we reach the left arm back behind us. Dropping the shoulder down to your pelvis, pushing the feet into the mat as if you were separating and lengthening through the top of your head as if you were being stretched. Many of us will stay right here. This is enough. Breathe. And some of us will allow the right hand to gently glide down along that right thigh. Notice that my left shoulder isn't changing its position, but my body is, and so we begin to drop and we go to the place that we can breathe along with. Each of us are different. This is our version, our variation of triangle. It is very strategically a therapeutic variation that I designed over the course of 30 years, combining physical therapy and fitness and yoga. Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you go down low. It does matter that you are strong through your legs and you're breathing long through your spine. Let's push to the strength of the legs, push all the way up. Inhale and exhale, release. Visiting our triangle on the left. So left foot turns out, right foot turns in slightly, breathe. Firm the thighs, firm the backs. Press the pelvis towards the left and create that moment. The hips begin to open, that left thigh, keep breathing, stays in line with that left foot. We're firming the muscles through the feet, through the thighs, breathe. We reach the right arm back. Shoulders pull back and down. We lengthen, maybe looking over that right hand. And as you're pressing the legs away from center and lengthening your spine, we draw in a little activation through our torso and breathe as we drop down. There's a firmness through our thighs, a firmness through the muscles through our torso, and as we decide, breathing, how far we'll go down. Inhale, exhale. Just go to the place where you're able to breathe, where you're able to focus, concentrate, and keep your attention in this moment. I have been referring to our therapeutic yoga practices here at Nydia's Yoga Therapy as mindful, breath-centered, mindful movement awareness practices. Strong through the legs, inhale, push up, because we're focusing our attention on the breath. Inhale and exhale, breathe. And then we're keeping our awareness on the breath to help us know how much to do. We're going to turn, right foot turns out to the short edge of your mat. We're going to turn and balance on the ball of that left foot, possibly bend into that right knee, firming the left buttock, breathe. Right hand comes to your right hip, pulls it back, left arm reaches forward. This is a variation of balancing prayer twists. We turn the hips, the torso, and then if it honors your ability to breathe, we look over that right shoulder, breathing, bending into that right knee. And straightening and lengthening that left knee and firming the left buttock. And then we slowly release, breathing, turning, mindful. Other side, the left foot turns out. We make our adjustment with the feet. We lengthen long through the torso. We begin to bend into that left knee. We firm the right buttock and straighten the right knee. The left hand comes to the left hip, breathe, and the right arm reaches. As you bend into that left knee, we turn the hips, breathe, we turn the torso, and we look over that left shoulder, breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. So rhythmic and steady. And then inhale and exhale, release. We turn the right foot out to the right side. We bend into that right knee. We place the right arm on the outside of that right thigh. We firm the thigh into the arm and the arm into the thigh. Squeeze between the shoulder blades, reach. This is our variation of extended side angle. And as you're bending, stretching, some might reach the arm overhead, turn the torso, engage through the thighs. Just go to the place where you can breathe and Feel the strength and the length, and the breath is moving. It's moving through you, and then strong through the legs. Inhale, push up. Exhale, turning. The left foot turns out, the right foot faces forward. Our variation of extended side angle on the left, we bend into that left knee, we take that left hand to the outside of that left thigh, we firm the thighs, opening the pelvis, pressing, squeeze, reach the right arm, squeeze between the shoulder blades, breathe as you bend, be aware of the rib cage and lengthening, breathe. Be strong through the legs, long through the spine. Inhale. Knees and feet face forward, wide leg forward bend stretch. Feel the thighs turning out as you inhale and exhale. Drop the hands down along the shins. This is a great place to put hands on a chair or on blocks, or if you can reach the mat, drop down. Inhaling and exhaling. This is our wide leg forward bend stretch. Just take yourself to the edge of your stretch. Breathe. Can you lift the muscular arch? Toes lift. Can you breathe as you move the shoulders away from your ears, lengthening through the neck, the spine? Just imagine that you had energy moving up through the top of your head and moving out through the tip of the tailbone, and you lengthen. And now, with your hands supported, shift your hips to the right. Just give a very subtle shifting to the right to feel a gentle thigh, inner thigh, possibly inner thigh. Stretch, and then come back center and shift your hips to the left. And once again, you'll hear me say, you might feel this here. Guess what? Many of you will say, that I don't feel it there, I feel it somewhere else. Guess what? That means that your body is different and unique. Come back center. And each of us will feel it in different areas. So don't think that you're doing it wrong. Remember, feel the muscles. The muscles may get tired, they might feel the stretch, but the joints in our body should never hurt. Bend the knees very lightly, slightly, and then roll up, one vertebra at a time. Inhale and exhale. Steady and rhythmic. We're going to move into one of my most favorite, I've got about 100 favorite yoga postures. Set the feet together. At this time, if you have a standard chair or super blocks, I'm going to show you. Bring your super blocks onto your mat and put them out to the side. Now, if you don't have these magnificent super blocks, I brought my chair to show that you can actually put a chair in position. And a standard chair, a very supportive chair, you can put a chair in position and place your hands on the very firm, supportive chair and put your right foot forward and your left foot back. So if you have your super blocks or standard blocks, you can use them, or you can put your hands on a chair and use that. We're stepping the right foot forward and the left foot back. The feet are hip distance. We firm the thighs once again. I'll show you with my hands on the block. Breathe. I like to, as much as I can, step my foot as far forward. Breathe. And then as you're lifting the muscles in your arches and firming your thighs, just allow your body to cascade over. Now, each of us are unique. Some of you will go, yes, that's it. And others will go, oh yeah, I can, change my blocks, or I can touch the floor. You decide. How do you know how far you should go? Well, can you breathe while you're there? Just let your head drop down, firm the thighs, lift the muscles in your feet, lifting the toes and anchor them, firm the muscles, breathe. And we're moving into, this position is actually staying in our intense side stretch variation. You'll hear that word a lot here. Our therapeutic yoga practices are designed to therapeutically mobilize every major joint in your body. Now we're going to stay right here, and then I want you to shift your hips left to right just a little bit. And just notice what you feel. Ooh, this is a great introduction to hip mobility. Now, I have been studying and watching bodies for a long time, for about 40 years now. And in that time, I've been noticing some things about our traditional exercise and our traditional yoga. And some of the things that we do just for flexibility may not be a good idea. We need what I call mobility. Many people call mobility. And I call that a combination, a balance of strength and flexibility. So right now we're mobilizing through that right hip, and just kind of notice, and now drop down, center again. Inhale and exhale. We're going to lift ourselves up a little bit. Feet are still in position. I will change my position. I want you to notice that wherever you are, can you now, head and neck in neutral, extend, open the chest forward, lift your tailbone back, put the left hand on your chair or on your block, the right hand to your hip, and begin to turn first from the hips, then the torso, the chest. Bring your right hand to your heart and turn and breathe. You could stay right here, you could stay right here, you could squeeze between the shoulder blades and reach that right arm back and look to that right hand. Some of you know this variation, you might even raise the arm skyward. Don't be in a rush. And we're breathing and mobilizing. Now right here, use your breath to mobilize your thorax. Inhale and exhale. It's such good stuff. Oh. Right now you are functioning personally for yourself as your own chiropractor, your own massage therapist, your own best yoga teacher. Learn how to do this. It's good stuff. And that's the method that we create here. Bring that right hand back down. I've been working on teaching others to be their very own best yoga teacher. Hey, before we change legs, let's take a look. I'm going to bring my block back. I want you to dorsiflex your right ankle, extend the toes, and invert and evert through the ankle. That's not easy, but it's pretty delicious. Eventually, if you're in excruciating pain, you can stop. Eventually this will get better, and it's really good. We've been working on practices that help to develop muscular endurance, balance, stability, because these are the things, release, that we need for our long-term well-being. Let's go ahead and change sides. So we're going to step the right foot back. Let's do an elevated downward dog. Whew. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. And now step the left foot forward. And so depending on where you were, your hands are on a chair or hands on blocks, you're lifted up, you're firming through the thighs and inhaling and exhaling, and then we move into your variation of a 10-side stretch, whatever that is. This morning, so I'm taking this opportunity right now to drop down, lift the toes to feel the muscular arch, and just cascade over, firm the thighs, and breathe. Inhale and exhale. All of our work should feel good. And yeah, feel good is a relative term, but do the work. Do the best you can. In your position, shift the hips slightly left and right just to notice. Oof. I've been exploring, as I was mentioning earlier, some of the practices in the traditions and changing them, creating variations for each individual body type. And I've noticed that we're pretty hard on our hips. we're always trying to stretch them out. And oftentimes, just stretching and, oh, my hips are tight, I need to stretch, and I need to do this. We need a balance of the flexibility and the strength. And so right here, we're mobilizing a little bit, massaging through. And eventually, we shouldn't try to stretch the muscles and the hips, but actually strengthen them as well. It takes a while. Okay, we're going to inhale. Find your position from this intense side stretch and move into our position for our Revolve Triangle variation. So left foot is still forward, the hands come onto your blocks or the mat. We take right hand, stays on the block, left hand to hip, firm the thighs, turn the hips, turn and breathe. And then from here we breathe. And if it honors you, you look over the left shoulder, breathe. Pressing through the strength from the arms, and then we could, left hand can be at the heart, breathe, shoulders away from ears. Left arm can be right alongside your body, breathe. You can reach the arm back to horizontal, breathe. We can reach the arm up, breathe. Just find the place where you can breathe and you feel something. Inhaling and exhaling. And then when you're ready, release that left hand down. Inhale and exhale. Let's dorsiflex that left ankle. And extend the toes. I'll move my block so you can see what my foot's doing. And invert and evert through that ankle. It's a great way to say good morning to your body. Breathe. And then release. We're going to step the left foot back and stretch. Woo. Nervous system stimulated today in a lot of standing postures. Bend your knees. Come on to the knees and stretch back. We're going to sit back into a variation of Thunderbolt or Vajrasana. We're sitting back, point, plantar flex the ankles. Some of us will sit on our heels because this is possible. The knees are fine with that. We feel a stretch here. Some of us who have a block or two will sit. I'm going to sit. My pelvis and my ischial-tuberosities are going to be just right here, and we can actually put that behind and sit. This kind of helps. This is another. Or maybe it'll be a flat-faced block. Or some of us will actually take our blanket and put it behind us. And this might help. This is a really great stretch to the front of the ankle. Not everybody's ready for this. Take a look at my website for my adventures in foot strengthening, foot learning adventures. And you can see a whole video on how to encourage the mobility and strength and flexibility of your ankles, your feet, and muscular strength of your feet and lower quadrant. So we're going to inhale and exhale, come up off of the position that you might have been in, and come into the seated posture. We're going to move into a posture called sitting at attention, Dandasana. Wide thumbs, wide fingers, open the front side body. And in this position, as you're here, just kind of notice, can your hips be anchored? Can you anchor the thighs? And if you're noticing that you're really struggling to get your spine lengthened, then this is another place that you can, put a blanket underneath and sit up a little bit, and it can help your spine move into a moment of extension. So don't be shy about that, of using our blocks. Our straps and our blocks and our blankets are support structures that really can encourage our body's comfort and our body's recognition, our nervous system is listening, you know. And when we're struggling, really, you know, in a difficult position to hold ourselves, the nervous system says, no, I don't trust this, and it won't allow you to relax. So getting the support that you need is fabulous. I'm going to reach, if you can, reach for your strap, and we can do our sitting intense west stretch with the strap, and we start, lengthen the spine, firm the thighs, and then inhale and exhale and cascade over. Our straps are an extension of our arms. Some of you are able to put hands on shins or hands on feet. Just go to where you can, just listen to your breath and feel a roundedness. Inhaling and exhaling. We go to the place where our breath is able to keep moving smoothly. That's how we know we're in the right place. Let's inhale, come up, and exhale. You can stay on this elevation if you choose, because it can really help you. I'm going to move off, bending my right knee. I'm going to place the inside, the sole of my right foot on the inside of my left thigh, and sitting tall, inviting the right thigh down, using my strap. Shoulders draw back and down. Breathe, and then invite and encourage a stretch, rounding forward. This is our seated head to knee pose. You never have to put your head on your knee. But do notice, this is a great opportunity. You might feel a stretch through the spine, through the hip. Remembering that the adage, muscles may get tired, joints should never hurt. So if a joint is bothered, change the position. Make the position comfortable to all of your joints. The muscles are the ones that will start to talk. They're feeling to stretch. Inhale and exhale. And if you're not sure about what the difference is, you can consult with your physical therapist. There I go, plugging our physical therapy friends. Inhale, come up. Because they'll be able to help you with that. You can also communicate with me. These days I'm very available. You can make an appointment, live stream, and or we can video chat, video conference. Anyway, let's bend the. We switched sides, and now we're bending the left knee, and we're going to move into our seated head to knee pose on this left side. So the right leg is stretched out. We bend that left knee. The thigh goes dropping out. We inhale and exhale and drop over. And breathe. Firm the thighs. Drop your body down. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Just notice you take yourself to the edge of your stretch and you breathe. Is a wonderful tool that can convince our nervous system that what we're doing is a good idea. And for that and many other reasons, that is one of the reasons why you want to avoid holding your breath. It's nervous system is listening, and it perceives that what you're doing is not a good idea. Inhale, come up, and exhale. Straightening that left leg. We're going to bend the right knee and invite the right hip back a little bit to begin the rotation, very subtle. Right arm reaches back and left arm reaches forward, and we turn through the hip goes first, then the torso. I'm looking to my left foot, and then once I've turned, lengthen your spine as far as the body is comfortable. Then what I'll do is look over that right shoulder and breathe. Energize through that left thigh. Breathe. We're massaging the internal organs. Breathe. Just by breathing, we massage the internal organs. The diaphragm is meshed. There's a mesh around the cardiac sac, and when you inhale and exhale, the movement of the diaphragm massages your heart, and the movement of the diaphragm massages your internal organs, your stomach, your gut, your kidneys, all the structures that all the good stuff that's inside us that helps us to function and be well. Inhale and exhale, release, and this is important, and that's why breathing, right leg comes out. Our practices don't have to be fancy, they don't have to be super hard, but if you can breathe while you're doing them, let's bend the left knee. That's basic active breathing starts the magic, the good medicine. We're going to invite the left hip back, a little further back than the right hip. Breathe, bending the knee and keeping the left thigh vertical. The right arm reaches across. We bring the left arm back. We're still looking, firming that right thigh and lengthen the torso. Create a moment of extension. Turning, the hip goes first, then the torso goes. Shoulders down, lengthen through the top of the head. And then once you turn, as far as you can breathe, invite the head to look over that left shoulder and breathe. Deep exhalation. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Take a gentle inhalation in. And deepen the exhalation. Gentle inhale. Deepen the exhalation. This should feel good. Deepen the exhalation, and when you're ready, inhale, looking forward, and exhale. Very nice. We're going to straighten both legs out as you are now. Let's bring our attention to the hands and wrists for a moment. We're going to bring the hands back, but right now I was giving a little circling of the wrists and hands because this reverse plank, position the hands back behind us. Breathe. We firm the thighs, the buttocks. I like to dorsiflex the ankles and extend the toes. We're going to draw the elbows back, lift the chest, draw the chin to not exactly the chest, but just head and neck to neutral. Press by lifting your chest, firm your thighs. You can stay right here because this is enough. Breathe. Some of you who know this position will begin to lift the hips and leading from the chest and hips lifting. Breathe, and it never matters how high you go. Keep a little bend in your elbows. Breathe, inhale, open the chest, and then release. Bend your knees, round your spine. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, we're going to roll down. Rolling. I've got a wonderful video on my Nidhi's Yoga Therapy YouTube that will teach you how to roll slowly, progressively. So you should go look for that at youtube.com, Nidhi's Yoga Therapy. All right, here we are. We're lying down. Finally. Oh my goodness. It's been an intense practice today. Lots of work. Let's just lie here with the knees bent for a moment and settle our head into the mat and our shoulders. Try to get them even as best they can, and the pelvis, hips on the mat, the knees are bent, feet about hip distance apart. We lift through the muscular arch. Eyes can be opened or closed, wide thumbs and fingers. We move into our bridge. Breathe. Begin to press the firm, strong arms. Begin to press the feet, firm the thighs, press the feet. Where hips are still on the mat, we begin to squeeze the buttocks. And then if it honors you, begin to lift the hips, pressing through those arms. I adjusted mine a little bit. Press and breathe. One. We're firming the backside body. Breathe 2. We're lengthening the front side body. Breathe 3. We're feeling the sensation of this strength. Breathe 4. And breathe 5. And then slowly lower down as you inhale and exhale. So good to stretch and to move and to breathe. We're going to hug. Let's go ahead and take that right leg up into our chest and cross it way over the left. We got to move into the ending of our practice. We're going to drop the thighs over to the left and possibly look over the right shoulder and breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Just feel the sensation, complete support. Gentle twisting, no need to force, just do what you can. And then come back center. Uncross the right thigh and then recross. The left thigh comes over. And we drop the thighs over to the right. We're testing this position. Does it feel okay? Can we breathe? Look over the left shoulder and breathe. Just feel that sensation. It should be delicious. Wonderful. Opportunity to mobilize your body. Breathe, come back center as you inhale and exhale and cross the left thigh. Widen the feet, the knees are still bent. We drop the thighs. Dorsiflex the ankles. This helps to support the knees a little bit. And drop the thighs to center and just hold here and just notice. You might feel a stretch of the thighs. You might feel something in your low back. And right now I'm just going to shift the hips left and right a little bit. Breathe. This is a moment. Now rest them down. Internal rotation. As you mentioned, keep mentioning that the hips are very important to me. I've been keeping an eye on hip structure and function over the last 17, now probably going on 20 years. And the variations in our therapeutic yoga practices are very strategically designed to encourage proper balance, strength, and mobility of the hip joint. So I have developed practices that encourage individuals in their improved abilities as well as their joint replacements, hip joints, knee joint replacements and things. That is part of my forte, combining my work as a doctor of physical therapy with my therapeutic yoga practices that I've developed with traditional yoga and with my years of experience in fitness, small group, large group, you name it, dance, movement, you name it, we've been doing it. Now inhale and exhale, bring the thighs up. Walk the feet together, soles of the feet together, the knees were bent, and then we drop the thighs out like butterfly wings. We'll do a little bit, I call this butterfly press. The arms are right next to us like bridge. Press to the arms, firm the thighs, squeeze the buttocks, and if it honors your ability to breathe, lift the hips. Inhale and exhale, holding steady. And then slowly release, hips down. Allow the thighs to come back to center. We're going to now move into our moderate inversion. I'll take my blanket. Now you might choose not to do an inversion. You can already move into your Shavasana. I'm going to take my blanket. You can also take a block And lift my hips, breathe, and lift my hips up. Into your chest, breathing. You can straighten the leg up, and if you choose, straighten the legs. And allow yourself to just feel this subtle. Notice if you're holding your breath. When we're doing our yoga lifestyle practices, you didn't fail if you and now you have a choice you can make. This is all we have. Let's gently bend the knees. If they were up in the air, breathe. And then slowly we might put one foot down on the mat, breathe, the other foot down. We're going to lift the hips up, and I like to take my moving into your Shavasana. Just allow your whole body to rest, your head dropping into the mat, your hips and your thighs resting, your arms, palms up, shoulders relaxed, and face relaxed. And just allow yourself to rest into this position. Completely supported. Allow your breath. Now if you are you breathing or sounding breath, let go of your breath. Let go of any muscular effort. Allow the breath to just flow smoothly. We call this equal length breathing samavriti, and it's just balance in and out. The next few minutes, allow yourself to keep focusing on following your soft, smooth breath. Notice when your mind gets distracted, come back. Just be present in this moment. Again, keep your eyes closed if you will, but bring your awareness into this space that you're in, this moment. Begin to circle your ankles. Begin to circle your wrists, fingers and toes stretching around very gently. Take your arms and legs and stretch overhead and take a deep inhalation and let out. An exhalation, just let it out. And one more, inhale. Stretch and exhale. Very nicely breathing. Gently bend your knees. Slowly roll onto your side. Just rest there for a few breaths. At this time, you can slowly begin to open your eyes. And then you can keep them closed as we move slowly to the seated posture. You can sit upon your blanket, or you can sit on the mat. When I sit on my blanket, it helps me keep a nice lengthened spine. And then my thighs just drop down. Listen to the nervous system encourages our systems to function properly, and our nervous system is designed to help to practice what has been termed, and I feel is incorrect, practice social distancing. I want to remind us all that we should practice physical distancing at this time. Yes, that is correct, that is true. But let's practice social interaction. Let's use we have computers and smartphones and smart televisions, and we have everything. We even have the ability to arrange to talk across the fence, maybe with our neighbor, and connect with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. Connect with a person who is in need. Practicing social interaction while we are in a physically distant state. It's good for our whole being, mind, body, and spirit. Take a moment, if you will, every day to stop, to notice how you're breathing, to set an intention. What happens in here is powerful, and it influences. That we may all be healthy, and that we may all live with ease. And We'll inhale, reach the arms skyward, gently place the palms together, move them past the mind's eye, drop them down into the heart center, unclose. Have a most amazing day. Namaste. We did it. Thank you all who are streaming in with us. Thank you all for coming out. Yoga Therapy Facebook page. If you're wondering about where to find more, you can look at www.nydiasyogatherapy.com. You can look at my YouTube page, the Nydia's Yoga Therapy YouTube page. You can look at go to the website, nydiasyogatherapy.com, and sign up to be on our email list. I share a lot of Yoga Therapy t-shirts in the near future. So have a great day. May you be